Hi, this is Mike Hamilton, just giving a quick review post-Fed. So looking at the Dow daily chart, we have had this higher high and rejection of the highs on the 5th of Jan. Took a week to pull back to this resistance area, and then we saw this huge drop into 50% of the 2021 range, sorry. This is 50%. So if we can close the week above this 34,000 area, we could bounce, but I'm looking for this to sell into this 35.5 if we get that far. We don't know if this wave is complete yet, and we won't know until we get a decision out of that. So if we close underneath 34, we are potentially coming down to 32,400, which would take us back to March 2021 lows. But any subsequent pull up and rejection of this 35.5 would see me short, and again aim for 32,100. So if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not worked properly, sorry. So there's the 5. If we now get a B, C wave correction, that's one possible scenario. Then on the completion of a move into say 35.5, 36, we could see another 5 wave move down that would take us potentially even much lower than this 32.5. Alright, so that's on the Dow. Nasdaq is still playing out as, so again, if the Nasdaq closes the week above 14.5, we could come and retest 15,415.5. That's done a much deeper retracement into, they all hit June lows, but this is deeper at the moment than the Dow. So any subsequent hold up here could see another leg coming from that point. That's assuming we can continue and close the week above 14.5. If we just sell into this level, then the next level down there is 13,260. I think this market wants to get to 13,260 anyway. The only question in my mind is, are we going to get any kind of bounce first, or are we just going to keep going? Oil. Sorry, let's look at the FTSE. Okay, so the FTSE has gone back into December. This is much more bullish than the US markets. The UK is picking up here. So again, if we sustain this 74.50 area, then we could go up to that 77.70 area I've been talking about, the extension. Okay, so at the moment very bullish. This pullback into Monday has got bought so far. We are at a very important area here. If we're just going back to the sell point, the initial drop zone, so if that doesn't hold, that's lower. But at the moment it is bullish, and certainly UK stocks are good. Oil onwards and upwards. This drop into 81.70, 81.50 area has got bought. So any pullbacks at the moment to 85 is still a buy potential with a move up to 90, 95. Gold's pulled back hard to a support area. Yeah, this is a key area in the gold level. So we rejected this. We looked as if we're going to hold up here. This pullback did not work. So a hefty sell into the Fed. It's a support area, but if we lose our footing here, this is going to potentially really fall out. If all we're going to do is hold this area here, then we could still build. But at the moment, you see all this three-wave correction here. It wound its way down. This turned out to be a false breakout. That pulled right up. This is a lower high at the moment. This is also a false breakout, so the jury is definitely out at the moment. Well, we're right on the line with the gold, but that's a hefty sell, so the path of least resistance, I have to say, at the moment is down. Let's just see how it handles this area, but that is not good at the moment. So here's the dollar index. This is what's doing all the damage on the gold. Yeah, we were in this bull flag. We dropped out of the bottom into support, and so far we've got a three-wave push back up into resistance. So if this holds up here and this box holds, we close above 97, this is onwards and upwards, and we're coming up on volume at the moment, so that's going to affect commodities. So real relative strength in the oil, that's for sure. Okay, so let's have a look at a few basic stocks. BT continues to hold, and I keep thinking we're going to wake up and this is going to be up at £2 plus, and so any pullback into 180 is still viable if this is not sustained. This is a tough area for the BT, but if we can close above that, then we're off to the races. If we struggle and close lower, we're going to pull back. The Vodafone, I got out at 123, it's subsequently been to 127, so this is a problem area. It's a gap fill, it's almost gap fill at 128, almost. 127.30 seems to be the high. So again, any pullback into, any real drop into 115 is still viable. ASOS is right on the line. That's got to close above that trend line. Otherwise that is going to fall out of under 20 potentially. This one, IQE, has put in a buy signal, potential reversal signal. So a new low in the range, close above. We're holding this 30 mark. This could, I think this is worth a trade. If you can pick up 30 again, get your stop under 27 and see if that can reverse. The jury is out at the moment. All the time where we don't close above this 35, that could still drop. So let me take, I'm going to leave that with these trend lines off. Yeah, this is 2021 lows at 30.80. So if we can sustain above 30 all the time, we can keep holding above 30. We've got an opportunity to pull back. I would suggest if that pulls back to 45.50, if you're in it and it works, you might want to get out. Otherwise, if overall we can hold up, in fact, let's go back to that trend line. Yeah, so that this trend line support is clearly holding. We breached it and immediately closed higher next day. So that, along with the higher close on Tuesday, is suggesting that the reversal is in place. The volume is not supporting that. It's higher, but it's not breaking these highs. So if we don't have an increase in volume, the probability of this working is lower. So be aware of that. And let's look at PAF, the gold miner. So that's had a good run into 1985-20 area and pulling back. It's still, yeah, any subsequent pullback to 18 is still viable on that one. You might even see that lower. Gold's a problem, don't forget, so be careful. Tullow we talked about, that's gone right back to the 20-day average at 53. At the moment is looking stronger. So if we hold this and hold 55, we may go and see 65 plus. And let's have a look at Barclays. So that dip in Barclays has got bought. I will be we're up here at 206. I will be patient and see if that can drop a little further. You may not get much of a pullback. So that's gone right to 189, 190 and turned around. I personally wouldn't chase that market. The volumes are, again, not brilliant. So I'm not convinced that's sustainable unless that volume starts to pick up. Talked about Boo. Boo is very much the same as IQE and ASOS. We have seen some increase in volume down here, but the response and the price is not great, not good. Rolls-Royce is definitely attempting to hold here. So any pullback to 115 I think is still viable, and then we may, if we eventually break higher, if we can eventually break above 120, 125, I think that can go back to the highs. Okay, we just retraced a lot of this September move and we're attempting to get back up. It may still go and do 110. 110 is the major fire line. So again, I think patience is the name of the game here at the moment. UK stocks are responding well. US is not great. I mean, let's look at Path. I was talking a lot about Path. The popular ones, the PLTR, Palantir, is still not doing it. Here's Path. So Path had a buy signal on Monday. We've pulled right back into that buy signal. So if we close back above 35, this has got real potential. Of all the disruption stocks, this one, to me, this one looks a better one. Won't let me, that's it. So we're pulling right back into that trend line. But if we drop underneath 32, then that's potentially coming down to 1985, potentially. Again, the last couple of days, volumes have really fallen off, so we need to be ultra careful of these. Roku, no. So that was not a buy signal on Monday. We're falling back into that range. So be very, very careful in this market. All right. That's all I've got for you for now. I will update you in the Telegram room as we go on. If you're not in the Telegram room and want to be in the Telegram room, drop me a line. I'll send you a link. Thank you. Bye.